What's up, everyone? I'm Joel, that's Steve, and we're better than ever. As you can tell, our co-star, Cash, didn't want to join us today, but we move on.
He'll show up later.
In memory. He's still here, thank God. Love him to death. So today, the question on the docket for us is going to be, what is a moment in TV or movies that completely shocked you? Like, literally almost made you like your jaw dropped and you went like, holy, like there's no way this just happened.
Yes.
And I'm going to leave the floor to you to start.
Okay.
And let me know how it goes.
So, this one I think is shocking for a lot of people, but it's also kind of more shocking for me because I saw this years later.
Okay.
So this was like a pivotal moment in TV. Like, a lot of people were upset, outraged, but also shocked that they had the audacity to do this. Okay. I saw this years later, and I thought it was a different scene. So when I first saw this was like, I was shocked. I felt that first like initial like shock that everybody else did, I guess. Okay. It's the Red Wedding from
There's no way.
Is that what you picked?
There's no way.
Is that what you picked?
There's no
Get the fuck out of here.
There's no way. You were saying it and I was like, there's no way.
No way. We're so in tune. It's fucking insane.
The Red Wedding was truthfully
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah. So, I thought the Red Wedding, like, again, I didn't watch Game of Thrones until like maybe a couple months before the final season. I like binged it. Okay.
Yeah.
So how I avoided this all those years, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So I thought the Red Wedding was Joffrey's wedding because he died. He got poisoned.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I thought. So I was just like, okay, like when he dies, like that's it. I was like, oh, then I remember thinking like, oh, like maybe somebody else dies. I didn't know anything about it. So then I'm seeing it like in like real time where like they're sitting at dinner. They're like, okay, obviously he screwed over like the king because of the bridge and all that. Yeah. And all the Starks are there, and then all of a sudden you're like, it gets to get ominous. Like they lock the doors. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh no, like this is a wedding. Like, oh no. And then fucking archers come out, the crossbows. I'm just like, no fucking way. Like, and that's it. Pew, pew, pew.
Bro, the scene that always sends me. So they're sitting there and they're doing their thing. Or whatever. Hey, Bubba. He's back. And you have slobber on you. The part of that scene that always throws me, like she's sitting there and she lifts that guy's sleeve and realizes that he's wearing chainmail.
Yeah.
And I was like,
why is he wearing chainmail?
Yeah, like,
what's that for?
And truthfully, when I first saw that, like I didn't know what the Red Wedding was.
Yeah.
So I was just watching and I'm thinking like, okay, like they're all happy, they're all doing their thing, and then like you said, like the writing was on the wall, like you felt like a tonal shift in the scene because it's like a happy scene at first, and it slowly like you just feel like the color, almost like the energy fall out the scene. You're like what's going on? Yeah. And then boom. Yeah.
And then you realize too is like, there's no way to let him get away with this because like his promise to marry his daughter or whatever it was, like marry the families. He's like, actually no, I'm gonna fall in love with this girl. Like I'm gonna marry her instead. And they're like, okay, cool, whatever. That's how a big celebration. And then you're like, there's no way they got away with this. So like, I should have seen it coming. You know what I mean? And then you have the chainmail and everything. And you're just like, no, don't do this. Don't do this. And then the arrows start coming. They hit him in the fucking chest or whatever it was. And then his mom, fucking, what's her face? Like the Lady Stark comes, like stands up and grabs the hostage or whatever, and she's just like, let him go, like, or I'll kill your wife. And he just goes, I'll just find another. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? And then like she slits like his wife's throat, and they slit her throat. Like, oh, the Lancers send their regards. Yeah. Stabs the fucking the son. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. It's like, that's not what I expected at all. Like, holy shit.
I mean, Game of Thrones in general was just full of those moments, and like that genuinely had people like reeling. Like, you even think about the beginning of the show where the father dies. Yeah. Ned Stark, where he gets. You think he's gonna get away and he doesn't, and like you're like, and even just watching his daughter's face, like something like that, like the show was just very good at giving you those polarizing moments, but never to the point where you watch them and you stop watching.
No, because like, especially with that, I want to see the repercussions. Yeah, it's like half the Stark family is murdered.
Yeah, like you're genuinely like I said, the best way to describe it, you're reeling. You're like genuinely confused. Like I felt like I was just like I was waiting for the moment where like the tide would turn and to like the protagonist's favor.
Yeah.
And you're just like, nah, it's not happening.
No, they killed them all. That's it. Like, there's no way.
And even the wolf.
The wolf too, they all got it.
Bro, they leaned over the thing, they were like,
nobody was safe. I don't know how I avoided that for so long.
Yeah. The funny thing is because I feel like now, like, with the age of like TikTok and more social media being more prevalent, like it's almost impossible to miss. No. You would know everything about them before you saw it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the era we saw it, like even if you heard the rumblings of the Red Wedding or the whispers, you never walked into that scene going, you knew exactly what was going to happen.
Not at all.
Unless someone told you about it, right?
Which also goes to show like how like impactful that scene was.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like it has that reaction out of everybody, and like people talk about it like still to this day, like as one of the like most shocking moments. Like it is pound for pound, like probably one of the most shocking moments on TV like ever, and like how they got away with it, and not get away with it, but like they kept the show going, it kept getting better. Like that's so it's such an insane fucking moment. Like for a lot of people, that would be jumping the shark, which is all the colored reference to Happy Days where Fonzie jumped the shark, and then I was like, all right, the show sucks, so I stopped watching it, whatever. But like, I wanted to keep watching. I wanted to see what happened.
Yeah, like that was like it just never like took me to the point where I was like you said, I just wanted to watch more.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what was going to happen next. Yeah. How do we get them back?
Yeah. Yeah.
And eventually, in the end, we do, right? Like we find out that Arya goes and she kills them all. Yeah. Like, and it's a beautiful moment, like of kind of like I guess fan service for us, which is nice.
But little closure.
Little closure for us, you know.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, like something that's so shocking like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes shows don't do it right at all.
No.
Sometimes shows just genuinely get it so wrong that you physically feel ill watching it. You're like, I will never watch the show again.
Yeah.
Like, and in that same breath, I'm going to ask you, what is the moment from TV or movies that made you stop watching?
I hope you don't have the same answer again.
I really hope not.
So the show was very popular. I think it was the beginning of like the 4th season or whatever. And it was being built up for a while. Okay. Oh no.
Go. Come on.
Oh no. So it was the show was fucking worldwide phenomenon for a few seasons. I was caught up with it. So like I wasn't like binging it before. I was all caught up with it. And then the scene is coming. It's based on the comic book.
Oh, okay. We're not watching the same thing.
Okay.
I think keep going. Go ahead.
So it's the whole Negan scene in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So this was built up for like months, I feel. It's like also a big moment in the comics where like, okay, like something like there's a character that died and so we were like, obviously it took some liberties from the comics that wasn't like too like
it wasn't that faithful.
No, it was not that faithful. But it was still, the ideas were there already. Yeah. So we're like, okay, are they really gonna kill off Glenn or not? And then there was like another character that they did kill off. So like that was a huge moment where like it was hyped up for weeks. And I remember sitting there watching it, and even though we kind of knew it was coming, I was completely turned off of it. So like, it also they built it up for like because they built it up so much. I want to say it was I don't know if it was the season finale or season opener. I don't know what it was. I think it was season opener. I think it was the premiere. So I remember episode 2. Like it almost felt like a game show where it was just like, all right, find out what happens after these messages. You know what I mean? I feel like they did that whole fucking episode. So they finally get to the point where like everyone's in a circle and like, all right, who are we gonna kill?
Yeah.
Then like it was again because they took some liberties from the comics. Were like it was kind of up in the air. Like they could have killed off theoretically. They could have killed off anybody. So they kill off Abraham, which I think was the original character for the show. I think that's his name. Like the fucking with the handlebar mustache, or whatever. Yeah. And didn't feel anything when he died. I was like, whatever. I didn't really like him as a character. He's original. And could have done without him. And we did think of. And then they killed Glenn.
Yeah. And
Glenn was like everybody's favorite. Stephen Yeun, great actor. Like. His first big breakout. Granted, thankfully he did go on to do like much better things, but like he kind of had to be killed off to do that. I feel, you know what I mean. I don't know if he was done with the show, or if they were just like, let's keep it true to the comics, at least in some aspect. Like let's have him kill off a character, which he did kill off in the comics. And he fucking takes out that bat, he smacks him, and you're just like. Like they really had to kill off like the best character in the show.
So I never really watched The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But I know about this scene. And it's funny enough, I was actually going to mention it as like a precursor as to this is one of those scenes that's like, it's very divisive in terms of the show.
Yeah.
With Walking Dead, like tons, if you even look at the metrics from that episode to the next episode, tons of people fell off.
I fell off.
And one of the reasons why was a couple things. One, he's a super beloved character, so people really hated it. Two, it was the gore in which they showed it.
It was gory.
Yeah, it was one of those things that you don't expect to see on TV.
Yeah.
So when people saw it, like the eyeball hanging out and everything, like, it was just so aggressive that people just genuinely like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
And people were just so turned off on first just numbers of reasons, and you could just tell like metrically I'm probably gonna try to like throw it up on the screen, but like you could see like that episode to the next. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was like 1 million people stopped watching.
I would be surprised.
But like,
I would be surprised. Or even like because they hyped it up so much, like it was just like they probably got a ton of new people just for that episode. Like they saw it, they're like, all right.
Yeah. It's the season. It was the first episode of the season.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
So like, it's one of those moments that you're walking into the season going, okay, this is going to be a great new season. I'm so happy about the show, and then boom.
But even if you weren't like a fan, if you weren't watching, because I remember the promotional stuff was everywhere. Like if you probably a lot of people's first and only episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the Red Wedding. Like that was not hyped up at all. That was just like. Oh,
that was truthful shock.
That was like okay, like new episode Sunday, like oh, what a fucking shock, what a surprise. Yeah. Where this was like, I wonder who they're gonna kill. It could be anybody. Like nobody's safe. Like they built up like that so much, like it really kind of took you out of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then with the whole gore thing, like that was, I feel like pure shock value.
Yeah, like it turned some people off hard.
Yeah, and like shows like a little gory, it's fucking zombies. And
of course, but. You just don't want to see your favorite character get his head smashed in.
Smashed in. He's like talk to Maggie, but he's like starting his words because his fucking brain is like mush now, and just like they like did him dirty a bit.
Yeah, I almost feel like with that scene, it would have been better off if they did it off screen, like not off screen, like maybe you could hear it.
They did kill off a lot of characters throughout the series, like off screen.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with. I'm really fine with that. Like, you leave them like a perilous situation, and then cut back to the next episode. Oh, they found his body dead. You know, they don't.
Not even that. I'm saying like that scene would have probably hit hard if you heard the slam.
Yeah. Yes.
And you never like. Maybe it cuts to like a side shot where you see blood splatter on the ground.
People's reaction,
like the shock and the awe, like people like trying to fight forward to save them. I feel like that you probably would have kept more people. You still have lost a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like a big thing for that is like you said, him trying to say that woman's name. It was Maggie, right?
Maggie, yeah.
Trying to say her name, his eyeball falling. Like it was just so much for people.
He's like, "Oh, Maggie, I'll find you," or whatever. Which is like a sad like moment because that's like his girlfriend, whatever, his love, and like fucking did him dirty, man.
They did him filthy,
so bad. Anyway.
But luckily for this one, we don't have the same answer.
I wouldn't be surprised if we did again, but I'm curious to hear yours now.
But mine also happened in season 4, and it's a show that I kind of got on really late, and people were just, I don't know if it was you specifically that told me to watch the show, but I know people just told me to watch the show, so I did, and I fell in love with it early, and the show is Dexter.
I should have seen this coming. I did tell you to watch Dexter. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
So Dexter is one of those shows that the first season loved it, second season loved it, third season loved it, fourth season I was still loving it. When they killed Rita in the end of the 4th season, I even had the episode number. It was season 4, episode 12. Arthur Mitchell kills Rita.
The Trinity killer, right?
Yeah, and she's like in the bathtub.
Yes, he walks in, he finds a pool of blood. Yes,
bro.
Yeah,
instantly went from like, this is a great show to I hate it here. It was immediate.
I remember you telling me this like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I think you called me. You were like, fuck this. Never watching this again.
Bro, I was like, this show is stupid.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the exact details as to why I really hated it. I think similar to, the Walking Dead situation where she was a very loved character.
Yes, yeah.
And like it humanized Dexter even more,
absolutely,
which was super nice. And then and even the matter in which she was killed, it was super far-fetched in my brain when I first saw it. And maybe I should rewatch it to see if I feel differently now as an adult. But I highly doubt it.
Yeah, no, because like the show does have some highs after that, and but they kind of fucked up.
They're bringing it back.
Well, so funny you mention that because they're bringing back a prequel about the Trinity Killer. So your favorite
I'll never watch it.
TV villain's coming back.
No, absolutely not doing it. Like Third Planet from the Sun, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, no, that was shocking too. I did finish the series. I did Power On after that, but like same thing, kind of reaction where I'm just like, no way. Like
it just wasn't unnecessary in my opinion.
Yeah,
like I get it. Like, it gave the show some more stakes in terms of like he cared about this woman, so like obviously maybe it pushed him further into his own madness. I get you.
Yeah,
but like for me, it was wholeheartedly unnecessary.
The way they did it too, where he kind of walks in and she's just dead in the top.
Yeah,
like I think that was his sign too. Wasn't that how the Trinity Killer killed everybody?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was like his trademark, like kill. Like, so you should have seen it coming, but like just kind of did it. You know?
Yeah,
so
and it was the wrong kind of shocking for me. I'm sure people loved it.
Yeah, I kept watching it. Yeah, I did.
Another part of that show that I actually didn't watch, I know a lot of people fell off of before we wrap up this episode, is apparently the whole thing with him and Deb. Like,
yeah, it's like I think it's the final season where like there's some weird feelings going on.
Yeah,
mainly from her. I think.
Yeah,
it's like they're like siblings. So like,
who cares?
Take it what you will, but like it gets to a point. And I don't know if you're ever to watch it, but there's some points where like you think something's happening, it turns out just to be a dream.
Ugh.
So I'm just like,
it's like, why?
Yeah, it was. I feel like at that point the show started getting a little stale. So like,
yeah,
I don't know if I really missed that much after that, to be honest.
And you know what? I feel like I didn't. But on that note, just to recap today's episode, you know what I mean? We both have been best friends for a long time. We both agree. The Red Wedding is one of those moments in TV that shocked the ever-loving shit out of us.
Yeah.
Like, and I can watch it again and still be shocked. Absolutely. And for me, a moment of TV that just truthfully made me stop watching, and I will never pick up that show again. Deb dying, season 4, episode 12 of Dexter.
Yeah.
Not Deb dying, Rita dying.
Rita. Yeah, so mine is probably a lot of people's. It's Walking Dead, Negan, Glenn dying.
Yeah.
A lot of people fell off. I fell off almost immediately. Maybe at episode 2 after, because I was like, all right, let me see what happened.
Yeah.
But I lost interest almost the second I saw that bat come down on his head. I was like, all right, I'm done here. I've seen everything I need to see.
Nah, that was a strong pass.
No.
But on that note, once again, I'm Joel. That's Steve. That's Cash on the ground, probably snoring. Catch you in the next one. Peace.